Shopify President Harley Finkelstein joins us for an exclusive interview. The company has 107 million registered users. Harley, it's great to have you. What are you seeing from the consumer across all of the e-commerce businesses that you serve?
Hey, Sarah, great to be on the show as always. So first, let's start with the retail numbers that came out, and then let's talk about consumer preference and the big shift that happened there, because I think it's really important. So first of all, the latest retail numbers, I think they underline the importance of entrepreneurship in the retail industry's economic recovery. So while the latest numbers show no change compared to last month, we see the spending remain steady, and I think that's a positive sign. In March, we saw retail sales grow about 9.8%. That's following another round of course, stimulus checks, showing that consumers have this urge to spend as we begin to emerge from economic turmoil. But retail is really not just about big box stores. I think that it's clear to a lot of us consumers that entrepreneurship and the independent brands that we love will play a key role in economic recovery and will be a major driver of this momentum. But we don't anticipate any decline in terms of our version of retail. I think the other part of this is that consumers are increasingly voting with their wallets to support these independent brands, meaning those merchants are going to continue to play a role as we open up. And we're seeing more of these brands enter the market more than ever before. An entrepreneur is getting their first sale on Shopify every 28 seconds compared to about every minute last year. And now Shopify, our merchants are about 10% of total e-commerce sales, and we're a proxy for independent retail. So I think that's going to continue. On the consumer preference side, let's talk about that. I think we've all seen these massive shifts from COVID, and I think a lot of those preferences, those shifts will remain. The biggest one, however, is that the center of gravity is now going to be online. So modern brands, modern retailers who want to sell across to consumers, they have to sell across every single surface area. That means that consumers are going to want to shop wherever it's convenient for them. And that will also mean offline commerce. Consumers care about conscious consumerism. They want to buy from brands whose values reflect their own. And I do not think that direct to consumer is going to be a fad. I think it's going to be steady state.
So obviously, this is your business, and you believe in the secular shift toward e-commerce and online spending. But no doubt the pandemic drove huge traffic gains across all of these businesses online. You don't expect any decline from these levels as the economy reopens and people can go to stores again?
So the way that we look at retail is not necessarily channel-based. We think the future of retail is retail everywhere. That's the reason why Shopify doesn't just do e-commerce. We do offline commerce. We connect to Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, and more recently, TikTok. So we think that if a consumer, if a brand wants to sell to modern consumers, they have to sell absolutely everywhere. Now, in terms of what's going to happen, e-commerce still has massive runway. Remember that we're still sub 30% in North America. It is slightly higher in the UK, higher in China, but e-commerce as a percent of total retail still remains very low. If you look at a place like Australia or New Zealand, it is not an exact proxy for the rest of the world, but it does provide some insight because they're on the other side of the pandemic. And we have not seen any slowdown on Shopify in terms of consumers buying from our merchants. In fact, online GMV remains at elevated levels in those places.
What about new business launches, Harley? Do you think that has been a pickup has been driven by the pandemic, and could that, even if it keeps growing, just plateau a little bit as we go back to normal?
Well, you saw last year in 2020, the United States had a record amount of business registrations. We saw a record number of new merchants, new entrepreneurs enter the retail space more than ever before. So certainly the pandemic did accelerate that. It acted as a catalyst for it. But a lot of those businesses that we saw created during the pandemic are going to last long after the pandemic. Just look at, I know you're all in New York City, and there's restaurants opening up now. A lot of those restaurants created either, wine shops or to-go businesses or meal kit products. That's not going away. They now know that there's an entire new sector of their business, and they're going to continue to double down on it. What I think actually the retail numbers from April show is that more traditional retailers need to think about their business as retail everywhere, not simply physical or simply online, but selling to wherever the consumer desires it to be.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.